All right, it is Monday, January 4th. And, big moves in the market today for small caps, the overall stock market. Wild day right now. It is 3:15 Eastern Standard Time. And let me see here. SPX, SPY, whatever you want to call it, either way, is down minus 63, almost 1.68%. Dow Jones minus 477. It was down, I believe, 600 plus. I'm not sure exactly. NASDAQ down minus 206, 1.61%. Yeah, the VIX really moved up strong, UVXY. And, that's where we are right now, as we have about 45 minutes to go. We'll talk about that later, end of the video. Let's talk about the small caps, which have been still pretty hot. Let's move to CHEK. CHEK is a clinical stage medical diagnostics company engages in development of capsule-based system that utilizes low-dose X-rays for screening colon-detect polyps. So the company basically do X-ray screening of colon for polyps, detect polyps. The company was founded in 2004 based in Israel. And look at the daily chart here. I might even call this one of my videos. You have the gap here. This moved up to near 75 plus, moved down. Yeah, the trend has been, see this, move 30, move here. Yeah, once these stocks are 25 cents, unless they go bankrupt, they sort of creep up now. I noticed 50 cents, 75, just filled the gap. $1 plus. It's been on fire today. Float's about 42 million. Now, the news in this I couldn't really find. Someone wrote here, let me look here. Someone wrote here, I'm looking at Yahoo on their conversations. Wall Street gave the thumbs up following news of pilot results. Feel that CHEK cap is differentiated as offers patent-friendly preparation, free option to detect precancerous polyps in colon, which will could improve compliance and lead to better long-term outcomes for patients. Wainwright reiterated its buy rating and target of 15 per share. I don't know where this guy got this from. I don't know if it's true. I haven't seen any other news though. Even FinViz doesn't have it here. FinViz doesn't have that. This says, is this a good position to invest in growth? So, that could be the news. Oh, wait, here it is, wait here. On FinViz, I'm reading what someone wrote here. Yeah, it's the same thing. So, news, for some reason, news doesn't pick up sometimes. All right, let's look at the 5-minute here. So as soon as this came out, 4:05 a.m., I guess it was very early. And it moved to 85 cents, came all the way down to 65. Look at this. Held pretty well. And then you start to break up. And you move towards 85 and big volatility right here near the open. And didn't go down, didn't test that 65, came right back up and went hard to 135. Then you had the pullback. And see, look where these pullbacks are again. You see this, you're like, oh my God, it's going back down. We're going right towards 65, 75 cents. And look at this. It holds that 20 EMA and breaks up again, comes back. And look at the 10-minute. I like the 10-minute even better. Draw your line right here in the 10-minute. What do you have here? This is a line here, trend line. It's up, up. Now, what do you see here? Look even closer at this 70-cent line. Look at this, up, up. All these candles. And look where this starts to go, the 1320 EMA. The wicks in the bottom here break right up. Look at that. That is great support. 70. Even played a 75 line. Very nice long here. And again, look, started pretty low. Low to high actually was Friday. So still pretty low on the screen here. I call it middle low. Here's your middle part right about here, and then the takeoff high. So this is a great long 15-minute. Look at this wrap here. Look at this bounce, bounce, and it took off. Let me get a 3-minute. Now, see, this is the problem. You get lower time frames. I think that's why a lot of new traders are getting stopped out here. Look at these candles. You're seeing this like, oh my God. You're like panicking on the move of the candles. So that's why you want to eliminate as many candles as possible below 5 minutes. Now the 3 minutes still pretty solid. It works well. Yeah, but this is a beautiful move here for longs. And the volume right now is 286 million on check. All right, so that's it. Let's go see what else is rocking here. BNGO, this continues. Look at this daily chart from 50 cents. And this 1, 2, 3, 4 massive candles. Remember I said you'll get like 1 on these. 1's common, 2, 3. 4 to 5 is extreme. This is such an extreme long, and it continues to move. This is tougher too. Pre-market went down to 425. Bounced up, and then they stopped people out at this open right here, this big candle, and then went back up. 10-minute looks better because this came flying across the 1320 EMA. Got to 7 plus. So this was a tougher long. JAGX. Look at this daily chart. You have a big gap right here, or right here to 250. Yeah, look at all these wicks. This come all the way down. You have a move up, move back down, move up. This is a very strong candle. When penny stocks stay above 1, that is extremely great for longs and the penny stock world. I think this will fill 250 now. Unless we get some sort of strong pullback, I think this has a good possibility. And on this here, again, this is a low move. See this? Okay, what's it doing? Draw your line. Now this is at, see that's out. It's more of connection down here. So this goes to 90 cents. 90 cents. It goes up, comes back, goes to 110 and takes off to 160. Got your middle area right here, gets some validation. See here, I'm just in the 5 minute. So just today's open. Right here to them wicks at $1. Let's go to the 10 minute. Let me just take this out. I was going to take that out. It doesn't matter. Anyway, so right here, see 90 cents. Comes up, really takes off long here. So you draw your line too. Look at this little cross here, the very bottom. Draw your line up right here. Never went below that. Again, trend lines. Your 2013 EMA. It was a solid long on JAGX. NCTY. Here's a move to a high pull here. 405 AM. Look at this. Straight up. Now, what do you think it's going to do here? Here's the high move. It's already up here. Comes down. Small bounce. It's a fake out. Comes down again. Look at this. Another fake out. Comes down again. Tries to move a little bit. It did move from this 550 to 750. It's a $2 gain. That's not bad. So from a high move, it didn't crash all the way down. So this sort of stuck at this middle level, I would call it, on NCTY. Tougher play though. You want to stay away from the middle plays. V-right, this is really taken off. Strange pre-market. Came down, 425. Nice trend line. It started to come up. Not the best volume. See down here? Really picked up late. Look at this volume. 525, 575. 450. And see on the 10 minute, when you go later, these time frames, you can stick with these longer. Because look at this, the 1320, look at the support. Again, support. And it really took off on the daily chart. You have a move here, move down. And what do you see here? The low, higher, higher. Keeps getting higher until it explodes with 16.9 million in volume. And this is a great long again. Great long. Our TRXC. Look at this gap here. You have one significant area, $1. You know, comes all the way down. What was this fighting this? The 31-cent line. Never really went below that. It was battling for almost a year. What do you see here? Look at this uptrend. Right here, this held from this move. 62 million in volume, came off 55 cents. Now, if this holds this one level, this is filling the gap here. This is back from June too. A very important line. This can break this. Yeah, we'll get to 152. But that's a really big move today. And as soon as this held, look, yesterday's close, all these lines are significant. Today's open, starts to make its way up. Get it a 10-minute. Look at this, 70 cents. Look at this wick. That is a selling wick. Now, from here to here, it's not a grade of 20 cents. Comes down. 13 still over 20 EMA. Look at that. Still right over it. This wraps around it. So it's still a great long right there. Move up, move down, move up. The whole way is still a long though. And you've already get a 15. And it's even better. It's only in the 5-minute. You're like, oh my God, it's going through. Looks like a sell. This depends on your time frame. But if you're here to here and you have like 20 cents, you want more. You want more than 20 cents. It's not going to get it done. Here's OCGN. This is actually a low move, but a high pull here. It came all the way up, comes all the way back down to, looks like this 3 level held. But here's the move up. And people are like, oh, it's going to keep going. You know, it's a great move. Nope. When you have the move is pre-market. It's not, you know, here and grinding up during the open. So that's a significant moves. Again, remember, if you start out high, it'll bounce, probably go low, or do this sideways. Middle, it could bounce, go high. Middle could like back and forth, go low. Or if it starts low, which is the best move, and just grinds up throughout the day. Here's SYN. This is a low move. Not great volume here. What's the volume on here? Like 100,000 is pretty good. That's a million. That's why. These candles look low compared to that. That's why what it was. But 40 cents. Look at that grind up. 54 cents. And this stock has been down forever too. We got a gap here like 148. So SYN, yes, potential long here. We get a weekly. Yeah, look for that 75 cent, the $1 level. AVGR. Talked about this in my video, I believe. Look at this, 75 cent, 25 cent level. We've at range, back and forth, a lot of spikes. Looks like it wants to test this again, and maybe it gets to, $1 plus. Another move. This is pre-market. Really sharp move. Came back. Tougher to trade on this. NOVN. 85 cents all the way to 115. Look at this gap here. You've had many spikes. You had the spike back in July. You had here a big candle, red, big candle. This is, look at the uptrend too. Look at the 1320 EMA. I believe this is going to fill this gap somehow. News or something's going to happen here. Well, of course, news, but you have 131 million float, bigger float. Look at this gap. Watch for 125, 150. We can get past this 125 level, so really take off. BT. And there it is now. This moved back in 2019 March, or was this like February-ish? And then look at these candles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. you have 5 candles, which is, I would call extreme. 1, normal. 2, very common. 3, you don't see that often, but still somewhat common. 4, 5 plus is extreme. Anything over 4 extreme. Look at the volume. This is a BT digital, extremely heavy volume. And this is a newer IPO from 2018. It's just on fire. The intraday on these sometimes are not that great though, even though it moved, like came all the way down to 23, bounced to 30, 33 plus, then choppiness. HOFV. I still like this with this gap. Look at this gap to 2. Had to move Friday, then came back a little bit today. Sort of tried to go up near 2, but didn't fully make it. And pretty choppy too. This isn't a good trading chart. Some of them are not good trading charts. Some are not, they'll move, but they're not good vehicles to trade. Here's a TLSA. Not that great of a chart, but the daily, this could spike up again. SLCA, this has a move all the way back from June, came back to, notice like 3-ish, bounced all the way up to 890. This actually broke higher now. And look at this move from October, November, grinded up. Look at this rounding move, exploded. This is one 3 to 9. And today, 6.7 million. This is a really good long. And on this chart, you have a candle, nothing pre-market, you have big move up. And you see what it does here. Is it going to come down? You have 1320 coming up, $8, across here, comes back up. So it's a really good long there. UUU, the former runner. Look at this chart. Back in August 20, had spikes, another spike November. Recently, the spike in December moved today, only 900,000 now. So eventually this bounced, and it did. Not great volume. Got over 5, but it's almost a $2 gain right there. DYPT. Now this chart, you can put in a line right there, which is about 372. And then draw a line here all the way down from these spikes. Look at this spike all the way. This is October 2019. You have 26, 20. Here, look at it come down, come down. And actually, too, you have a wedge here. Let's see here. See, look at this. Big move up. Look how the wedge, see, these are all patterns and so many different patterns. This is a common falling wedge pattern. Big move up August, came down. Look at this tight, getting tighter, tighter, tighter. And then it really got tight in November and squeezed. Now it's squeezing up. Didn't like straight go up. I came up December, had a reverse split. Now it's coming out. Now, this looks like a good sign this could keep going. This could reach 10. Maybe this will reach these to 18, that gap right here, that big gap. Higher up, there's still more gaps. So this is possible. I think we talked about ISR too. This is filling penny stock, starting to ride up. Watch 75 $1. Here's a CREX. This is another interesting chart. You see how these moves are? See this? And then a spike, come down, spike, come down. Look at the volume on the spike days are up. Yeah, I would watch 2 to 250 on this CREX level. Right now, I have this on here. All right, so this is CREX. You know, big spike here. And here's eyes, the former move here. This one's the 1, the 150, 4 plus. Choking today. ISG, this is the former reverse split. GHSI, this is see rounding back up. SLRX, we said the move last year has a gap. It filled the gap to almost 2 back in June, July, then it came all the way back. And put your line right here. And we'll call it about 60 cents. And then, you know, the move all the way down, November, December, and it spiked up. And then it's filling this little gap here. Now, just get over this 135, 150. I think this could be the move to, when they come rounding back, they go up and down. You know, this could be the final move, like where it really explodes 150 to 2 and fills this gap. So watch that. SLRX. And here's QTT. Look at this one. This is a recent IPO from 2018. Huge wedge. Big move December and January 19. This thing exploded up, came all the way back. Another little move, then another little move. Now look at this. Look at the tightening chart here. 10 million, big move today. You had a wash down. You know, if we can get above here, you know, this could get to 253 maybe, possible. Here's BTU. We have a big wedge here, and you know, oil's been hot. 1 to 3, so this has come all the way back. SMTX, this is Flare. Flare Systems. I was looking at the daily mostly. NGA. Here's Gene. All right, so penny stocks are hot. Most of the top gainers are like really pennies, like 30 cents to $1. A lot of penny plays as the market falls down. So, you know, we're still getting good moves in small caps. And let's take a look now, though, as we see, you know, small cap runners again, some really good longs. Let's take a look at the overall market. And here's SPY right now. Looking CNBC, Dow Jones minus 420, S&P minus 57, NASDAQ 195. Worst day in 2 months. Is this the beginning of something? Well, here's the long-term chart from 2018 that move up. And little crash, big crash 2019, January, like December-ish. And then you had the coronavirus all the way down. We come back up. And, you know, this is an overall giant rising wedge, which means, you know, we need a pullback. Big move. And then you can draw these lines. Every time we dropped. And this looks very bearish. And look at down here, you have divergence here. Bounce. It's like a rolling divergence down. Look at the high. Getting lower. This is getting lower. You know, if we do fall, you know, this is sort of a trend line with 2 touches. We'll see how far this falls. So this is the SPY right now. Here's the NASDAQ too. This goes all the way back to 2018. Look at this line. Here, you have all these touches. This actually went above your trend line. This is coming back pretty hard now. We'll see if this trend line holds maybe 12,000. Here's the Dow Jones. This goes all the way back too. This doesn't really connect that well. You can make a line right here, you could say. These lines go back from 2008, and I believe 2000 I made these lines. So we'll put one now in 2018. You drop, the drop, bigger drop. This is a broadening wedge too, where you get massive tops and drops, very volatile the last 2 years now, over 2 years. And I think we're going to have volatility this year. The market's inflated. Coronavirus cases still rising. They're rolling out all this the vaccine. Half the people said they don't even take it. It's just kind of crazy. And a lot of places are still closed. They're opening 50%. There's a lot of things still here. Real estate has been pretty hot, but you have commercial real estate, all these places that have been closed. We'll see if that comes to light. Jobs are still way off. A lot of working from home. So Dow was down 724 at the low today. So here's the move. March, bounced very hard up. Back and forth, some little drops. We're like staggering back and forth up above this 1320 EMA. Look at this candle there. It's very bearish. And look at the divergence. It's not a straight down move. This is a rolling, grinding. The low's getting lower, the high's getting lower. So I really want a good drop here. If we could drop to 28,000 or this trend line. See this, we drop right here, maybe. Trying to see this line, maybe, 28. We'll see if this goes to 28,000. And Europe, this, I think I just got, let me see, news here. Looking for news here. I saw something. Yeah, here it is. British Prime Minister Boris Johnson imposes national lockdown in England to combat new COVID variant. So they're being locked down again in Europe. That's got to affect everything too. All right, here's the VIX. Now the VIX is very interesting. The move up in March, the extreme move up. We came back with that bounce in June where volatility increased again, but look, 20 held. This was above 20. Another bounce September. We come down October, another bounce in November. And December this held. This 20 is very important. It didn't go below 20. You go below 20, 15, 10. That's extremely low volatility. And we're spiking up. We did that, looks like maybe last week. Today was the VIX is up 20%. We're at 2744. If this is the start of things, 30 to 40 is not out of question. Maybe even high as that move in June, like 44-ish, 45. So that's an interesting move right here on the VIX. UVXY, ever since March, had the moves, it bounced a little bit. This is a very tight falling wedge. Extremely tight. Look at this, back and forth, back and forth. It's getting tighter though. When a tight wedge gets extremely tight, it will break out the other way. So this will break out long. And you have a bottom here. We'll call it like 1025. See, this went down, kept going, touched, bounced up. I thought this was the move last week. Nope, came down. You have 99 million in volume right now. This is a very big candle too, very strong. Let's look on the weekly. The weekly, the UVXY has been dead. This could be the move up. Yeah, 4 hour. There's the 2 hour. So you can just see this. See this move here, even back from 2018, 2019. This is one of the biggest. This is over a yearly move, 2 years. Look at this. UVXY, UVX, a massive falling wedge. If you know these patterns in your, whatever your job, career, you did a society, if you understand charts, you put down 1,000, a few thousand, and you killed it here. This is a longer term move. You knew was going to happen. You knew on these charts right here. Look at this. Falling wedge, tighter, tighter. Can't get tighter. It's going one way or another. See this? And it's not going to go down when it came from up most of the time. So that's a crazy move right there. So there we stand. And I think, is this the drop, a further drop? We're coming off the lows right now, 388, the Dow. But I think this isn't going to be just a straight drop. It's a slow grind down. The lockdowns, all this isn't helping. The Georgia runoff to the election was at the state senate or something like that. So we'll see where we are here. Now let's go to some bearish ETFs. Here's SDAO. Look at this. Look how wide, getting tighter, getting tighter, getting tighter. Yeah, this gets split. If this really moves, let's get back to that 20. That will be a very good long. SPXS. There's a wide move, smaller. Look how tight this is too. 4. This doesn't have a good range because the SPY is so strong. Let's go to maybe 6. There's SQQ, another, and this mimics the NASDAQ, the reverse bearish. And what I can say on this is another one, extremely wide, getting tighter, grinding, sort of went lower still, rolling back and forth, stochastics. If we get a really strong move the other way, this could go up towards 19 to 25-ish. Small caps have been extremely hot in the market. I'm talking about the Russell. Look at this. Look how wide, well, not that wide, but extremely tight is now. That's extremely tight. And then we get to 640, and look at this. It's trying to turn now. If this moves too, this could get to 16. I mean, talking a really strong move. We'll see if we get there though. Here's FAS. The financials have been strong, going down, going down. You have a gap here. A lot of times gaps will be filled. 12, 15 plus. Stochastic, been buried. One of these days the move's going to continue. We're going to get that continue move, and we're going to get a really strong pullback. Here's stocks, the semis. Look at this tight wedge. This is extremely tight on the semis. It's put in a hammer. This could be it on the semis too. That's a very strong hammer candle. And that hammer goes down to about 1650. Semis have been so strong the other way. That's Soxel on the other side. Here's LABD. Look, down, down, down. Trying to break up now with all these vaccines coming out. They might have, hit their peak. We'll see. Here is bearish oil. Oil's been so strong. Could this be a bottom? It's very strong buying here. People, if you mark this line, it's the highest volume in a long time. They could be betting oil's going to turn back the other way a little bit. It's not a bad play long. Here's the RY down. It's trying to get over this 35 level, having trouble. All right, let's go to the bullish side. These are bullish ETFs. This is mimics the Dow Jones, UDOW. you know, this line, trying to connect them. This is the peak, doesn't connect exactly right here. See this move up, see this grinding, but it's not going straight up. It's not going strong. And then look like this is good. And look at the divergence here. Back and forth, back and forth. It's a bearish divergence. That's a rolling divergence down. Because each time the high's getting lower in this and the low's getting lower, but it's not going up on the market. We're not going up strong here. It's not like, oh, we're continuing up. So when you have a reverse here, this means we're going down in the market. We see this divergence. We're going to have a move down. And you have a clear cross here. That was November. You have two connections. If we get a really strong drop, it'll probably be to the 75 level on UDAO. Here's a SPXL. This mimics the S&P. This had a huge run up, you know, August, September. September came down, came down. Look at this candle. It's a very bearish candle. And you have another divergence. Look at this. We're rolling down. Yeah, this is very close to 100% retracement. You have a move down here. There's two connection points. If this drops like real hard, you could get to the 61.8, maybe 55-ish. Yeah, we'll see on that too. We'll see if this is the beginning of a larger move. We keep saying it. Eventually it's going to happen, but here's the Qs. Yeah, I got to bring this up now. This is all the way here. Said to move September. Yeah, the lows kept getting slightly higher. It's really bounced hard. Today, it's a big bearish candle too. And this is kind of, it's weird divergence here. A little bit, not as strong as the other ones on the Qs, which is the NASDAQ. Here's TNA, which is the Russell. And I call this too. Look at this wedge. Look how tight this wedge is. Yeah, this got very far up to near 100% retracement. You know, trying to connect as many points. You have a low here all the way March. You have the one September. And, you know, this had two candles last week were very bearish. Then it tried to come back and, you know, it's trying to hold this 20. If this 20 goes, we're going way down. Now, if this really drops on this too, could come to the 38.2, 35, 40 range. Really a hard drop. You know, we'll see how this plays out. So market really rolls over. And remember, the market rolls over. It goes down much faster than it goes up. Remember this? So we'll see on that. Here's Fez. Now, Fez, the financials, this had that double bottom here, October, November, really took off. It's a big bearish candle too. Showing divergence right here. It's coming back. I think this could drop to, if this drops hard, you could do 23.6, maybe 35, 40 level on Faz. Whew, it's hot. These lights on, it's very hot. Cold outside, but hot inside. Tesla falls just shy of 2020 sales targets. That's not bad. I mean, they fell just shy. They're living a beast. Here is Soxel. I'm going to move this line up now to the very high right there. You always want connection points. trying to connect on their Soxal. All right, so Soxal, going all the way back to 2019, had to move, came back. March just dropped hard. And this fell much. Look how this fell. And then this rode from 53.50 to almost 500. What did it hit today? 504. You think that's overbought? Jesus. And then this, this is a clear trend line on Soxal. You have March, October, November. If this falls too, you have the 50% retracement level. I would look towards 280 to 300. If we really come down hard here. And this will be a strong one because this will probably be bigger than this and this. There's Soxal, LABU. This moved this high as 128.96. This is pulling back very hard too. And here's a trend line on this now. I'm trying to make these connect. Did March, came down September, came down November. It's coming down very hard. If this comes down too, this could come to 38.2, 60 to 70. It's come down pretty good already. We'll see with that if it's a strong, doesn't have to come to these trend lines, but it's possible. Here's UCO. This is bullish crude, which has been extremely bullish. It's bearish candle today. Here's ERX. This was the bullish energy, which moved from like 8 to 17. That's a double. That's what you want. On a swing, that is great. Usually a month on these. Coming back now, looks like it's oversold. Will this bounce again? It's possible. Doesn't hold 14, a lower move. And here's DFN, really bad day. I think DFN too has like Boeing, Raytheon in its ETF. It's a handful of ETFs or a handful of stocks in it. This didn't reach that June move. Got to as high as 1853. Look at this candle there. Not biggest of volume either, 3.6, but it took it down. Like I said here, here's a wedge. There's a rising wedge. It went sideways. It's fading. And let me just see here. Trying to connect these two. All right, so you had to move March to November, the election, all that dropped. It was like the fake out. It was a great buy here, took off. If this comes down to 9, this line's coming across 9, 10-ish. This doesn't the moving averages here. I'm just looking at purely trend line. There's other moving averages. We'll see on that. We'll do another video later this week. So, defense coming back hard. Let's see the monthly. It's bearish. TS weekly, we're crossed down. We're negative right now. We reached high to low. So you look crossover. And right there was actually right here was the crossover negative. So we're down. We're going down. See the 4 hours very bearish. All right, so the stock market is closed. Let's see what we have here. Dow minus 388, 377, 374. Came back a little bit. S&P minus 55, NASDAQ 189, Russell minus 28. That's where we are on that. All right, here's DIN. DIN had to move up June. Yeah, this is very oversold. This is at a 9. You could say this is, like a trend line. These don't connect exactly, but it doesn't have good volume either. 400 some thousand though. So I mean, this could bounce on that. It could bounce. Nail. Now here's nail. The move up. Bounced in that weird candle there. That was like the election. Came back. It's grinding. You can't get over this 53-ish. Big cross here. That's usually a reversal. They found the bottom. That's going to come back up. Yeah, it's still not under 20 though. Here's your 38.2 fibs though. And this has been grindy. Eventually this will be a nice bounce, but it's looking very grindy right now on nail. Bitcoin's 31,371 minus 6.73%. It is showed on CNBC QS, QuantumScape. They said the valuation, I think, was too high. No kidding. This is total. These stocks are insane. This ran from about 11 to 130 plus 132. Look at this. Drop. This is way down now. And you draw your line here too on that. As soon as this broke that 90 level, this is going down. So yes, it's total garbage. Could this bounce? Yes, it probably will bounce, but I'm not sure where exactly. This could bounce, keep falling. Yeah. Let me look on Finviz. Wolf Handelstein announces QuantumScape Corporation class action investigation. Yeah, no kidding. All these. That's the thing with the stock market. You got to know what you're doing. You don't buy at 130 when it's went to 10. It's like you can tell a kid in elementary school, low, high. You think people are crazy. And the reason, because the evaluation is just too insane. They develop and commercialize solid-state lithium metal batteries for electric vehicles. Headquarters in San Jose, 2010 was founded. Valuations are too extreme. There's not a lot of information on this. Like, the evaluation is way too high. That's the bottom line, and this is coming back hard. Volatility, CNBC right now, 2651. The VIX, CBO volatility index. See the VIX here. It's a pretty big tail. We'll see if this continues to rise here, at least the next few days. This is going to be a sell-off, or yeah, I'm looking at my other chart. SPY held at 20 EMA, 367 on the SPY. We're at 368. You have 357 the 50-day, 347 the 100-day, 336 the 150, and 321 would be the 200-day on the moving averages. Now, we're going to go to 320. I'm not sure about that. We are starting to roll, though. Stochastic's lower. I think this can get the 347. If this is like sort of a normal pullback, and we'll see on that. All right, so that's it for today. So stock market is small caps are still on fire. Penny stocks, a lot of these are moving. They're pushing these. January, you have volatility in the market now. The bearish ETFs could come and play. UVXY, the VIX, we'll see here. It's not 100% definite. This move today did look like something maybe. And, day trades have still been hot. Like stocks like CHEK. We're still getting great moves. And I don't really like these pennies, 50 cents. I want them at least $1, but you know, with these two, just adjust your size. Like if you have 2,000 shares here, you know, stop 10 cents, $200 loss. So you just play it that way. All right, that's it. Please subscribe. Mike Cayman Trades. I'm on StockTwits. I'm on Twitter. Mike007, StockTwits, Mike Cayman Trades, and Instagram, Mike Cayman 98, I believe. That's it. Peace.